Tonight I'm making homemade tomato sauce because I don't like the stuff that comes in the jars from the grocery store. So it's really easy just to make your own homemade sauce. You can use it on spaghetti, or tomorrow I'm going to make chicken parmesan, which is what I'm going to use this for. It's great to have back up in the fridge to throw on some noodles for the kids. So let me just show you how easy it is. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on the burner here. On my new stove, this is a fast boil burner, so I'm not going to put it totally on high because it heats up so high. It would be a little too much. So like medium high. And I'm going to put some olive oil in the pan because we're going to saute some onions and garlic. So that's a couple tablespoons of oil. We'll let that heat up. This is an onion that I peeled earlier. This is a really easy way to chop an onion. You cut it in half and you put the half down on the bottom of the board, and then you just make slices. Try not to get your thumb. I don't cut quite all the way through to the back of the onion, so it kind of helps it stay together. See, it's still one piece. But I've sliced all the way through. And then I'm going to go this way and slice it backwards this way. And then through this way. And you have a nice small dice, nice and uniform. And then you can just chop the end a little bit. I think I'm only going to need half the onion for this. Let's move on to the garlic. I have a couple cloves. I'm just going to smash them so I can get the skin off. This one's being a little stubborn. Okay, so I got the skin off the garlic, but before I chop those, let me just add the oil to the onions to the pan here. I've learned from watching many episodes of the Food Network to do the onions first. Garlic tends to burn really fast. So we get the onions going here first for a few minutes. And then while those are getting nice and soft, I'm going to go back to the garlic. I'm just going to slice it up and then mince it. Good knives are one of the best kitchen tools you could possibly invest in. I used to hate chopping anything. I would avoid chopping to save my life. I would buy the minced garlic in the jars from the supermarket, and I would even avoid making meals that required chopping a lot of vegetables. I hated making soups. Then I got good knives, and now I would pay you to let me chop vegetables. I love it. I never buy the pre-chopped stuff anymore. I'm going to throw those in and let them start to soften up. This helps them release their flavor. I'm going to adjust the heat just a little bit so that garlic doesn't burn. And then I went out onto my deck. The only thing I grow is herbs. I don't grow any vegetables or anything in my garden, but I do have some herbs on the deck, and I grabbed some basil and parsley, and even I have a little bit of oregano. So I'm going to get those chopped up. That's how I chop up my parsley. I'm going to pull the basil leaves off. Okay, so I have the leaves off the basil. You can like layer them and roll them up, but I'm just gonna, since they're gonna be finely chopped anyway, I'm just gonna start chopping them. It takes a while to get them all layered just so, and it's not really necessary for this. So there we go. That's all the herbs, and I think the onions and garlic are just about ready. And then all we do from here is we just add a jar. I have crushed tomatoes. You can use diced if you like it a little chunkier. And then I'm going to add the herbs that I chopped up. And, of course, salt and pepper. I'm just going to eyeball it. You can always add more when it's done, when you taste it. I love freshly ground black pepper, and I use either sea salt or kosher salt. And then really this is it. You just mix this up. This is usually when it's a good time to get out the wooden spoon. And then we're just going to let it simmer for 15-20 minutes, get all the flavors combined and mixed in, and then it's ready. You can pour it over your pasta or your chicken parm, or you can put it in a jar and stick it in the freezer, and you have tomato sauce anytime you want it. So it's easy and it really tastes so much better. So try it sometime.